Hi Cancer, and welcome to your love relationship romance reading for the first half of November. I am Heather from the Crystal Vein Tarot. I would like to thank you for joining me today and for all of the positive energy and support that I have received from many of you. This is a general reading, so please also check out your readings for your moon, rising, and Venus signs. Now I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, Cancer, and let's get started. So in the first week of November, we have the High Priestess, clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. And in the second week, we have the Six of Swords, followed by the Page of Pentacles. Okay, Cancer, just give me one moment, please, and I'm going to look at the cards, and then I'll begin the reading. So Cancer, in the first week of November, you have the High Priestess showing up. So the High Priestess is, she has that energy about her, about intuition and trusting yourself. She's also a little bit about balance. So you see in this card here, you have the white pillar, you have the black pillar, you have all this fruit here. It's pomegranates. They represent, in some cultures they represent death, and in other cultures they represent fertility and abundance. And then she's also like standing on, has the moon under her foot. This indicates that she's very in touch and in tune with her intuition. And that's what that indicates. But the pillars here, one being white, one being black, they're opposites. The pomegranates here representing in some cultures death, in other cultures abundance and fertility. So again, there's a theme here of opposites, which indicate that there's a need for balance here. So with this energy coming to you in that first week of November, there could be secrets around you. There could be uncertainties around you, and this card is saying to trust yourself and trust your intuition. And it's also it's when it comes to relationships, the High Priestess can be, if you could be having problems connecting emotionally to your loved one. And so this energy, and if that's the case, then the message behind this energy is that it is to balance, try and balance the relationship. So make sure that your communication is open with the other person, and make sure that the relationship isn't purely based on the emotional plane, but there's also that give and take. There's also like the compromise. There's also, there's that, what's the word I'm looking for? There's mutual respect and trust and appreciation for each other. And so this is what the High Priestess is asking you to do if you're in a relationship, is to kind of, look at the relationship and just make sure that there's balance, that it's not one person always getting their way whereas the other person is always compromising. So checking that and making sure that there is that balance, because you also have it being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is an energy this is a person that's very resourceful. She knows what she wants. She knows how to get it. She's patient. And her life is full of abundance, and she likes to surround herself with pleasure. She likes to take care of her family. And even though it's the Queen of Pentacles, it can be male or female. The gender doesn't really matter, but those are the qualities of the person. So with the High Priestess being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, there's that little bit of, make sure that you're taking time to nurture your relationship. And if you're single and you're looking for someone, or you've just started dating, then that is it. The High Priestess, along with the Queen of Pentacles, is, make sure that you're coming from a place when you're meeting people of being true to yourself, like making sure that you're not presenting a false picture of yourself. So really showing what qualities that you bring to the table and what you can offer another person in a relationship, and then making sure that there's balance, that it wouldn't be where you know you would be equals if you start dating and there's a potential for that relationship to go somewhere. Make sure that you're equals, that you balance each other out, and that you are the type of person that you want to bring in and attract into your life is someone that complements you, versus you're doing all the work, or that person's doing all the work in the relationship to keep it, you know, to keep it going and to keep it interesting, kind of thing. So then we move into the second week, which is the Six of Swords energy. And this is, you know, the swords, when you're talking about love and relationships, the swords are really about being understood and communication, how communication is key to a relationship. But the Six of Swords is it's about a transition. So sometimes it can indicate that you might be relocating and moving. So if you are in a relationship, there could be something that's happening in your career or your spouse's career where, you know, you might need to be talking about the possibility of moving and relocating because of the job or career. So that could be something that's happening. It could also be that you've, you know, depending on where you are in your relationship, perhaps you're considering starting a family. So maybe it's time for you to get a bigger house, or growing your family. So it's time to get a bigger house, or even perhaps you're at the point where your children have now all moved out, because this is also about transition. You see, you know, you see in this picture here, this woman that's cloaked has her child beside her, and there's rough waters here, there's calm waters here, but they're moving. They're transitioning to a new place. They're in search of calmer waters. So it's that, you know, leaving something that was unsettled and finding a calmer place. So this could be, that transition could be the evolution of a relationship. So again, if you've been married for a long time, your kids are now grown up, this could even indicate that it's time for you to transition or move into downsizing. So maybe it's time to sell the big family house and move into something that's smaller for you. And if you're single, so this could be a transition in your life where you're now going from being single to the dating scene, or if you're just newly starting to date someone and maybe you're dating several people, now it's that time for you to make that decision, and you know which one or who is it that you think is the best fit for you, and who do you seem to connect with the most, and you want to see where the potential and where this relationship could go, because then you also this transition is being clarified by the Page of Pentacles, which is fantastic energy, because the pages they're all about offers being brought in. There are messages being brought in, and with it being a pentacle energy, again, that's about it's your money, possessions, your security. So again, this can be emotional security. It can be speaking to your emotional security and your well-being and your physical well-being. And so this message that's coming in could be, well, if you're in a relationship already and there's that transition, it's that new job or that raise or that money news that's coming in, because the pentacles do tend to relate to your physical possessions. And that's why you have that transition and that move, because you know, maybe you or your spouse just got offered that dream job that you've been working so hard to get, and that's time for that and that kind of a change in your life. But it can also be, if you are single or just very new to dating, this can also be that offer of love that's coming in that offers that security. It's a stable, secure kind of relationship that has that potential for long term. So you're transitioning from being single or being on the dating scene to something that's more committed and has that, and you're now looking for something that's longer term and more stable. So Cancer, that wraps up and concludes your reading for the month of for the first half of the month of November. Have a fabulous November and take care.